Hello, this is the Wicket. This is the Broom Closet episode 6. Yes, 6. Okay, so I'm just going to show you something first. This is that thing I just put up. I had it in my room a long time ago, but I hadn't had it up for a while, so I just put all my herbs in that. So that's what I wanted to show you. Hi, Kitty. Are you tired? She's stretching. Okay, so this episode we are going to talk about a few things. First of all, we are talking about the tools. Yeah. So Star did this whole page. So we're going to talk about the main tools that we in Belwicket use. So the first one would be the wand, and that would be this. I made this specifically for us to use in ritual. Electrical tape. I've shown you before what this looks like. Don't mind our room, it's really messy. The wand represents air. It's used to cast a circle and conjure. It can be really made out of anything, any length, but it should be personal to you, because most people say that it has to be like a certain length or a certain wood or something. Just make sure it's personal to you. Yeah, and it is Belwicket's signature tool. It's the tool that we use the most. It's the tool that it's just ours. Our coven is like has the element that explains our coven the best is air. So that's our tool. Next one would be the athame, which I do not have here. Here's the pretty picture Star drew, so that's nice. It's basically just a knife. It represents fire. It also represents, it's used to cut the circle, cast away, banish things. Make sure it's a dull blade. It has no sharp edges on it, because you don't want to cut it in a circle. I'll show you this here. Look at my hand. Like that? Not from an athame, but seriously, an athame is a blade, okay? And that is what a blade does. That was from carving pumpkins close to Samhain, so very bad. Like I said, it represents fire. Must not be used to draw blood or anything mundane. It's used specifically for energy work, not physical use. That's a bowline. That is used for mundane things like cutting herbs and other stuff like that. Now, remember, you don't have to take all this information and use it exactly how we say, because Wicca is so open. You can do just anything you really want. So, next one would be the pentacle. This thing can be anything in this shape, anything. It just has to have a star on it, or any symbol that you find interesting, or that just explains things, or not explains things, just seems right to you. The pentacle represents earth. It's used to ground the circle, cleanse it with its presence. Can be made of wood, metal, basically anything, as long as it's circular and has a pentagram or a triquetra or like something similar to that drawn in the middle. And yeah, that's that next thing. Ooh, chalice. We have a few actually, because we love chalices. They're so beautiful. The chalice represents water, and it's used to hold the ritual liquids like wine or juice, or with us, could be vodka, who knows. It represents the goddess also. Can be any cup as long as it has some kind of stem on it. That's kind of a rule in our coven. It has to have a stem on it. It's really gross, kind of, this one. Don't want to drink out of it. So yeah, that's the chalice. Next one, the cauldron. I have one right here. The cauldron, basically, used in the circle to burn incense and hold water, put fires in. It can hold like crystals, or, you know, it can just hold stuff. And it also represents the goddess. It's like the womb of the goddess kind of symbol. This is another one of our signature tools, because we always have it at the rituals. We always have it on the altar, because we have little fires inside them, and fire and air must be our thing, because we loved having fires at rituals, lots of candles, lots of fires. We always put stuff inside the cauldron to burn, like if we're banishing something, you know. So we use this one a lot. So yeah, that's that. And that's one of the ones that are not the main tools. The four main tools are the wand, the athame, the pentacle, and the chalice. Those are the four main tools that you're going to want to use on your altar. Make sure those are all on there. And starting with the cauldron, those are things that you don't necessarily have to have. Okay, so the next one, not necessarily a tool, but something you would use as a tool, would be salt. We have right here a big old jar of it, sea salt. Looks like, I don't know, it's just sea salt. Let's just say that. Okay, and so salt is used, sprinkled around the room for protection, to purify the circle, used in circle casting ceremonies. When not in use, it is in a small jar on the altar. It represents Earth. Oh, okay. Now I remember. I was trying to memorize this whole thing, like just trying to memorize what it said, and so I had to read it. She has such pretty writing. Like, I love her thing right there. So, next thing would be water. And this thing is like full of water. It almost looks like it was a jar of alcohol. Now it's a jar of water. Sprinkled around the room for purification of space, and it represents water. Water represents water. Duh. God, I'm such an idiot. I was like, it represents what? Water. Duh. Okay, next thing. Censer. This thing holds incense right inside there. There's even a piece of one in there. Okay, and like you just set it there for, it represents air. You walk around with it when you're cleansing the circle if you don't want to use a smudge stick or something. It's just really cool to have, and I think this one's really pretty. All right, then we have the candle. Where is it? Represents fire. Everybody know what candles do. I don't need to explain them to you. All right, and then we're going to talk about the bell. The bell is used to clear negative energy. You ring it around the circle. It's sort of like a smudge stick or incense when you walk around it. It clears the negative energy of the space. It's I learned that from feng shui, that it clears negative energy in the space. It's also known to anger and drive away the fae. So make sure they're chimes and not bells when you're trying to attract the fairy. So this is more of a bell, so that fairies don't like that. They like the very sweet sounding chimes. Alright, so yeah, she wrote that. And then I just basically have this written in here where all the tools basically go. I'm not going to really show you because I've done a basic altar setup video, and you can just check that one out. So yeah, this is part of our Book of Shadows. We've started a new one. Look at how big it is. Remember that? Look at how big that is. It's beautiful. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to show you today, or perhaps tonight, I can't really show you, but I can tell you about it. So Jerry and Pagan 94 requested that we should do something on the lavender smudge stick that I showed you the last video, the ritual video. We made a smudge stick out of lavender, and basically what we did was we chopped the lavender stems off, the stem with the flower on it, chopped it off where it was about like where this black starts, or where this black ends all the way to the crystal point. That's about as long as it was. And then we basically took all of them and hung them upside down in my closet, and put a paper bag over the end of it so the lavender would stay on there. Kind of hung it up in there to dry for like 3 or 4 weeks. You could just stick it inside a herb dryer. Like seriously, it doesn't have to take 3 or 4 weeks. And then when it was all dry, we kind of just shook off all the lavender buds, and then tied it together. Like we did like we tied it here, then tied it here, then tied it here, then tied it here, like that, and then we wrapped string around it so that it would be tied like a smudge stick. And then when you light it, you just kind of light it until the end of it's caught on fire, then you blow it out like we showed in the video, and it stays lit the whole time. It has this sweet aroma. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. So yeah. Okay, now I wanted to show you a few little ideas. So this one right here is our idea for outdoor rituals. We took this mason jar, and you can put anything in the bottom, dirt, seeds, you can put anything to hold these candles still when you're walking, because we walked with these lit. There are candles inside there. They're for lighting the circle. You can put them around the circle, like a 13 in the circle or something. That'd be so cool, but like it keeps the wind out, and we've like poked holes in the top of this thing. You could even go without a lid because the wind doesn't get inside there to get those candles and blow them out. It's amazing. We put them all over the altar. We just had them everywhere, and they work so perfect. So that is an awesome idea, so we thought you should try it. And then one more idea. Herbs. Everybody likes to keep herbs in easy to keep places. I might have done this video before, but I want to just add this in for a little bit before I go. Just basically put little tabs on jars and bottles and stuff like that, and put your herbs in there. This is allspice, and I have a little open lid because I like the smells of all the herbs going through the house, you know. Throw your herbs away after 1 year and 1 day of use, please, because they've lost their magical energy. It's just gone. So we've replaced most of the herbs, or at least I have. I don't know about Crystal and them having their herbs, but I've replaced most of my herbs. So yeah, that's that. And I've only got a few more things to say. Like, I don't have a book to request for you guys to read, but I do have a TV show I would like to request for you guys to watch. It is called The Secret Circle on the CW. It is amazing. It is pretty much the new Charmed. It's an awesome show about like teenage witches that bind a circle together, and it's just really good. So, and I don't have a quote for you today. I was not prepared. I just knew I needed to get a new video out because people were just expecting more videos. We're never on, and now that I got this Android, I'm gonna start posting more videos. Hope you like it. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna leave you now, so blessed be.